Pahalgam terror attack explained. Hello everyone. Welcome to Career Capsule 1 news that is shaking the world is Pahalgam terror attack. Let's try to understand what really happened and for what purpose the terrorists attacked the innocent tourists. The recent militant assault in Jammu and Kashmir has reverberated throughout India, exposing a chillingly systematic pattern of aggression against tourists based on their religious background. What commenced as a seemingly serene holiday in the scenic Baisaran valley near Pahalgam, often dubbed Mini Switzerland, transformed into a gruesome massacre. On the afternoon of April 22nd, militants clad in local police attire stormed a crowd of hundreds of tourists. A widely shared video on social platforms displays the unfiltered panic of youth as the attack unfolds, with the chaotic arrival of the Indian Army initially mistaken for further assailants, causing widespread fear even during the rescue. The assault led to the tragic demise of 27 individuals, with many others critically wounded. However, beyond the high number of victims, the intentional targeting is especially alarming. Eyewitnesses recounted that the militants deliberately selected and executed people with Hindu names. The savagery included disturbing checks to verify religious identity. Some, in desperation, removed their trousers to reveal if they were circumcised, a method used by the attackers to decide whom to kill. This showcases the meticulous targeting and sectarian motivation behind the massacre. Consider the heart-wrenching toll on a newlywed couple who had come to relish a few joyful days in enchanting Kashmir. The man in the photograph tragically succumbed to severe injuries, leaving his wife devastated and helpless beside him. Reports mention that some grooms, just recently wed, were slain before they had even spent proper time with their partners. Another poignant case is 26-year-old Lieutenant Vinay Narwal from Haryana, who was killed merely days after his April 16th wedding, one among several victims who were recently married. These narratives collectively depict a pre-planned assault aimed at spreading terror and specifically persecuting Hindus traveling in the area. This incident marks a dangerous rise in violence against civilians based on their faith. A brutal extremist attack shook Kashmir, directly targeting pilgrims of the Amarnath Yatra and tourists, leaving behind immense destruction and sorrow. The incident occurred in the isolated Baisaran area, accessible only by foot or horse. The immediate aftermath was devastating. A man fatally wounded, with an image of his mourning wife beside his body resonating deeply with the public. The victims included travelers from Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, Karnataka, a retired bank officer from Vizag named Chandramouli, and even 2 foreign nationals. Some grieving women, having lost their spouses, reportedly begged the attackers to kill them too, saying, "Go and tell your Prime Minister Modi I won't kill you." Rescue missions were launched promptly, with many injured transported downhill on horses, and helicopters assisting in evacuation. Security forces reached the location within 20 minutes of the incident. The attack has been claimed by the Resistance Force TRF, a Pakistan-based faction aligned with Lashkar-e-Taiba. Established in 2019 after Article 370's repeal, which revoked Kashmir's special status. The TRF initially functioned online before becoming a physical outfit, merging members from various militant groups including Liti. Since its formation, the TRF has conducted numerous attacks, notoriously targeting Kashmiri Pandits, Sikhs, and Hindus, and promoting an extremist ideology asserting that Kashmir should solely belong to Muslims. The assault appears strategically timed to disrupt the imminent 38-day Amarnath Yatra, a sacred journey for tens of millions of Hindus, scheduled to begin on July 3rd. One of the pilgrimage routes leads to the Himalinga Shrine, 48 kilometers from Pahalgam in Anantnag. The surge in tourism since Article 370's abrogation may also be contributing to TRF's hostility toward outsiders. The latest strike against pilgrims has intensified regional tensions and triggered immediate diplomatic and security responses. Over 60,000 CRPF and BSF personnel were deployed, supported by surveillance drones, RFID trackers, and bulletproof shelters to safeguard the pilgrimage route, including a key location 14 kilometers from Baltal in Ganderbal district. Military sources believe the timing of the attack was intentional to interfere with the pilgrimage and signal globally that the Kashmir dispute remains unresolved. The incident coincided with Prime Minister Modi's visit to Saudi Arabia and a concurrent trip to India by US Vice President J.D. Vance and his family, leading to speculation that the assault aimed to draw international attention to the Kashmir issue, complicating the matter. Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir recently stirred controversy with remarks at an overseas Pakistanis event in Islamabad on April 16th, fervently endorsing the two-nation theory and emphasizing the cultural and ideological divide between Hindus and Muslims. Rumors suggest these comments may have incited the attackers, as he encouraged Pakistanis to pass down the Kashmir narrative to future generations. Reacting swiftly, Prime Minister Modi contacted Home Minister Amit Shah, directing immediate action. Shah visited Srinagar to review the situation with security agencies, after which Modi cut short his Saudi trip to return and hold an emergency meeting. International leaders responded. US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin extended condolences and pledged support. Meanwhile, the Pakistan Army was reportedly placed on high alert, emphasizing the fragile geopolitical climate and potential for further conflict. This violent act has once again heightened tensions between India and Pakistan. While Pakistan has denied involvement, PM Modi has issued a stern warning that the culprits will face dire consequences. The current climate mirrors earlier escalations. For instance, in 2016, Pakistani militants attacked the Uri base, killing 17 Indian soldiers. In retaliation, the Indian Army launched surgical strikes across the line of control, destroying 7 camps and engaging over 50 militants. Similarly, in February 2019, the Pulwama attack killed 40 Indian soldiers, prompting the Indian Air Force to conduct an airstrike on a Jaish-e-Mohammed training facility in Balakot. The strike reportedly eliminated 300 to 350 militants. The global community is now closely observing India's next move, with hopes for a swift yet peaceful resolution. However, India has imposed 5 important sanctions on Pakistan. The Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 will be held in abeyance until Pakistan credibly absolves its support for cross-border terrorism. The integrated checkpost. Atari will be closed, and those with valid endorsements must return by May 1st, 2025. Pakistani nationals will not be permitted to travel to India under the SARC visa exemption scheme, and existing SVS visas are cancelled. Defense advisors in the Pakistani High Commission in New Delhi are declared persona non grata and must leave India, with reciprocal actions for Indian advisors in Islamabad. The overall strength of the High Commissions will be reduced to 30 from 55 by May 1st, 2025. The CCS also resolved to bring the perpetrators of the attack to justice and hold their sponsors accountable.